Jokes in American TV shows can sometimes be a little tricky to understand. So now we're going to break down a few of the jokes found in this episode. Take a look at this clip of the umpire explaining the rules of softball.
Okay, let's go over the ground rules. You can't leave first until you chug a beer. Any man scoring has to chug a beer. You have to chug a beer at the top of all odd-numbered innings. Oh, and the fourth inning is the beer inning.
Hey, we know how to play softball.
The joke here is that the umpire is basically saying all the times that everyone has to drink in the game, and then Chief Wiggum dismissively says that he knows the rules to softball. Obviously, these aren't the actual rules to softball, and this is really just an excuse to drink. Watch this clip of Homer making fun of the police officers on the opposing team.
Get his license and registration.
Right, Chief.
So the joke is that the police officers are so upset that they're being made fun of that to get back at Homer, they're going to give him a ticket. Now, if you've ever been pulled over in the US for speeding or making an incorrect turn, one of the first things the police officer says to you is, "Can I see your license and registration?" So get his license and registration basically means that the cops are going to give him a ticket just because they're annoyed with him. Watch this scene of Homer batting. So the joke here is that Homer is referencing Babe Ruth, one of the most famous baseball players of all time. Now, Babe Ruth would famously call which direction his home runs would be hit in, and this image is so famous that you see it in paintings, statues, and even in action figures. Of course, Babe Ruth would actually get the direction of his hits correct. Take a look at this clip of Mr. Burns getting all the players to drink tonic.
Secondly, instead of beer, from now on you'll all be drinking this. It's a brain and nerve tonic, rich in proteids and electromagnetic juices. It promotes robust health. Of course, it has been known to cause gigantism, but only in rare cases. Try some.
Now, a big part of the joke here is on Mr. Burns' age, which is referenced in the show a lot. Now, the tonics refer to fake medicines that used to be sold a long time ago. Now, when Americans think of tonics, the image that first comes to mind are snake oil salesmen or Old West con artists going town to town claiming that they had a magical cure-all tonic, when really the tonic either did nothing or it was extremely dangerous. The joke here is that Mr. Burns is old enough to remember all of these tonics and gullible enough to believe that they actually work.
How long does it take to see this thing? I'm kind of in a hurry.
Well, it's hard to say, my friend. Once you go in, you may never come out.
Wow. One, please.
So in this clip, Ozzie Smith visits a mystery spot. Now, if you don't know, mystery spots are kind of like fun houses. They're usually roadside attractions that will have various oddities inside, and they're supposed to be supernatural or magical. The joke here is that the cashier makes it sound really impressive, but when Ozzie Smith goes inside, it literally just sounds like he falls into a huge hole. And then the cashier just laughs, like this is something he does all the time, tricking people into falling into holes. Later in the episode, Ozzie reappears, and he's still falling.